I've had direct interactions with men who have just refused my films, saying that, you know, ye ladki ki film hai. Anurag fought with me and kept asking me this till the end, because he was one of the first ones to see the film even before the film was fully like done in terms of post-production. He saw the locked edit with reference BGM and all of that. And till date, he was whenever I ask him see the final product, he's like, why are you not releasing it in theater? I said, stop fighting with me on a battle I can't fight anymore.
I think this was like such a tailor-made movie for you. It's dark, dysfunctional, and it's bleak. There you go. Taapsee Pannu's by one.
Only in my filmography, nothing in my real life, because everybody feels like my friends and family still cannot fathom how I can do this kind of stuff knowing the person I am. But yeah, whatever works.
Whatever works, it sells. And I have to tell you, when I saw it, I was like, for a minute, it was a disturbing movie. It was not an easy watch, I'll be very honest with you.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it, and I love these kind of, atmospheric thrillers as well. You don't know what's happening. It really worked for me. But in your case, was it difficult to film this? I'm just thinking you have to be in that space where everything is a bit tough. Like, there's no...
You know, every few sequences later, there was a new challenge thrown to perform, be it the difficult terrain that we were shooting the film in, or the fact that I had to use those lenses to become blind and just live by it, because there is no other way for me to play a blind person convincingly. I had to become blind for that. Or the sequences where I was wearing those pattis, bandages on my face, where, you know, the actor's biggest asset, which is the eyes, are hidden. So you cannot perform using that. Or that sequence where you saw, when I don't see, you don't see anyone. So the fact that this is half of my face and my voice is the only thing that's supposed to hold you for that till the time I start seeing again. That, and then moving on to the sequences where I am not blind but I have to pretend to be blind when you can actually see. So people don't understand, it's difficult to behave like a blind person when you can fully see everything. And so there were different challenges thrown at me at different ways, and I'm not even counting the physical aspect of it, when I was actually banging into things and falling down. That is probably the relatively easier part than what I had to perform and do mentally. So yeah, this one looked fancy on paper when I said yes, but yeah, it did take a toll on me, so much so that I want to stay away from these thrillers for a bit for now.
And did you watch the original as well? The Wikipedia is not the reliable source.
2018, when Badla was offered to me, I back to back saw all Oriol Paulo's work, everything, because I just was so much in awe of that man's work. I went and saw everything back to back, and after that I didn't. So when this film came to me, I said an instant yes, but I did not go back to the original anymore, because I wanted Ajay sir to work on the adaptation and then bring it to me for me to see how much do I give into it now, because it was so complex that it's not like you remember all the layers by the back of your head immediately, right? So I waited for the Hindi version to come out to me, and then I loved how he enhanced the human layers in it, which was not really there all through there. I mean, you take the thriller back home, but you really don't take see, I feel after the end, when you take a film back home, because it has affected you at a human level, and that only happens if you have a certain human element that has left, that has impacted you.
Taapsee, I was talking to Anvita that for Kala at Goa, and she was telling me it's not easy for a filmmaker to go dark, but she chose to go dark for her film. In your case too, did you face the same debate? Whether how dark should we go? How much can our audiences take? Is it too bleak? Is it too grim? Should we give them some hope?
Yes, definitely. I feel like we should have a hope by the end of it. I am not a huge fan of films that leave you sad and depressed by the end of it. There should be something positive to hold on to, be it in terms of how your protagonist ends the film, or in what state your protagonist is leaving that story. I feel there should be certain hope, because this is me as an audience talking, and when I watch, I do the films that I watch, like I can possibly watch. I don't do the films I'm not an audience to. So I'm not an audience to that kind of dark cinema where you just don't have any hope by the end of it. You don't have anything good to take away from it. So I would definitely stay away from doing those films, making those films where there is literally zero hope and it leaves you sad and depressed by the end of it, rather than, okay, there is something good to still look forward to.
And although this is a very female-fronted film, I thought men had some agency in it. Most of the
Yeah.
female films I see, men are like just there.
Yeah.
Get the raw deal. I
No,
feel
no.
where is the balance? But here, somewhere along the way, I think even the male or the female, it was not gender.
Yeah, it is. I think the men in this film, which is like the majority of the cast actually, are the literal pillars of this film. I'm the driver of the film, but the pillars who are holding the whole facade of the story are these men. Be it Gulshan or Abhilash or Zakir sir or the other men in the film. I think they are pretty much holding the fort for me. Otherwise, it will come crashing down. And there's such few actors in the film, and we needed 100% from everyone because there are very few people to engage the audience on screen. It's two of me, and then there are very limited number of people. So I really am thankful that these men were least insecure to come, because that's what most of us keep dealing with most of the times as female protagonists in films, where we don't get many male actors to step into our films because they're just too insecure about having lesser screen space. But these men who've been a part of it are truly the gentlemen we have around.
And they're secure actors.
That is very important. That is the reason why they're even there because I've had direct interactions with men who have just refused my films, saying that ye ladki ki film hai. I've had like this kind of a point blank reactions from guys.
That's so unfortunate, though. I mean, we want to move towards a gender agnostic workplace and all of that jazz, but still, it all boils down to.
Yeah, it does. It is a very slow change. There is a change, but it's very, very slow. People who are more interested in becoming actors and not just big stars are the ones who are taking the bigger steps towards this direction.
And Taapsee, what kind of a producer are you? Are you the kind who's involved in the editing process, the casting process, hands-on? And that's a good thing. It's not about, so nobody should say I'm just the, you know what I mean? Today, the definition of a producer is very different from when it was like a decade.
Oh, yeah. I'm not the one just spending money. I'm not that producer at all. The money man and the hands-on ground production handling person is Pranjal, my partner. I am the producer who is involved before the film goes on floor and after the film is done shooting with. I am totally invisible when the film is shooting, like the other project of mine that happened, Dhak Dhak, where I have 4 women in the film. I have not been on set for even a single day because they are the stars of the film. They deserve all the attention and presence on set. I don't want to dilute that by being there at all. But yes, I will be supremely, actively, hands-on involved in scripting before the film goes on floor, deciding who will be in the film and who all will be there in terms of crew as well. So, and after the film is done, sitting there on the, not literally sitting on the edit, but watching the edit and saying, no, this needs to go, or I feel this is not holding enough attention, or deciding the packaging about BGM, the sound design, all that post work, I'm there. So you'll not just see me physically on ground, because Pranjal is too good at doing that and I don't want to do that. Before and after is when you'll see me, that kind of a producer. And the sensibility wise, in the terms of the films that I'm going to be producing, it will be totally in line with the films I do as an actor.
One thing I thought this movie also dealt with, it's an intimate film. I mean, I watched it on my laptop and I felt connected. So I don't know, it depends.
It only, all the screenings that I've had for last 1 week, the only negative that people told me was, why are you not releasing the film in theatre? But I understand why they are saying this is because of the sound design. Because technically this film is so sound, because when you hear it in that theatre, you get the thrills and chills even more. So that's the reason why people feel, Anurag fought with me and kept asking me this till the end, because he was one of the first ones to see the film even before the film was fully done in terms of post-production. He saw the locked edit with reference BGM and all of that. And till date, whenever I ask him see the final product, he's like, why are you not releasing it in theatre? I said, stop fighting with me on a battle. I can't fight anymore. So people who have this complaint from me consistently with regards to Blurr, that you should have released this film in theatre. But all I'm saying is, right now I'm too greedy for audience to watch my film, wherever it may come. I just want them to watch it. So whatever it takes for them to watch it.